Hello and welcome back to the Biking Train Guy YouTube channel. My name's George and today we're going to be doing some work on my model railway layout. Now it's going to be primarily on the hills and just making them look more realistic. I did these with expanding foam and I've carved them and I've put just a base layer of green paint on them, just so if I do put stuff on them it won't show through with the bright white, similar to that white actually, of the expanding foam. Now I did want to get that on camera, but it just wouldn't save or export or anything, so that's where we're up to. And I think what we'll do now is I'll show you what I've done since the camera was last on the layout. So first of all, I apologise for the, well, mess in general. It's not great at the moment because I have been doing lots of sort of fiddly jobs, hence why lots of stuff is in the wrong place. But yeah, this is sort of the start of where I've been working. So as you can see, I've put expanding foam here. The can did actually run out here, so I was initially trying to get this bit to be like a hill here, which is sort of an extension of that. But the can ran out, so I've just sort of tried to smooth it round. Now, round here I have an embankment now, in that dark green along the back. Now, that is a concept which I can either get a back seam, put that on, and then have this sort of as a fade into it. Of course I'm going to put grass and stuff on it, or other sorts of stuff, just to make it look a lot better, rather than green paint. Now, if I move round this way, you can see I've got the cutout for my tunnel, or my bridge, and I'm going to try and sort out that. Now, the platform's disappeared. That was just so I could, well, have space and basically lean across while I was cutting away at this. And also, the little shed down the end has disappeared. That's just because, again, I needed space for leaning across, putting my arms, because it just makes it a lot easier. But yeah, moving on to this hill here, we've got a flat section here where I'm hopefully going to have some kind of road or continuation of this bridge. I could put a retaining wall here or something, because that would be quite a nice idea, and that could sort of fade out. And then I think that's about it, other than the fact that I've taken away my suspension bridge across this bit here, along here. That's just, again, so I can reach round and do stuff. Right, let's get on with what we're doing today. Okay, so what we're going to be doing first is just using a bit of multi-purpose filler, just to fill some of these air gaps in my hill. So first of all, I'm going to get a piece of cardboard, which I can use to smooth out the stuff once I've put it in. And all I'm going to do is just be very, very conservative with it, because I've not used this before, so that's fun. I'm just going to pick a hole just there, I think. And this is when it takes 20,000 years to come out. Right, I'm going to roll this and see if that gets it down the end any better. So I'll be back in a minute. Here we are, take 2. This should be a lot easier to get out. And yep, it is. It's quite hard work, because it doesn't want to come out properly. Right, again, let's just smooth it across. That's already looking better. It's got less gaps, so. I think we are on to a winner with this. It does take a while, but right, I reckon that'll do for this section. I'll put some offcuts of foam and stuff in the bigger gaps, and then I shall fill that as well. I'm not worrying too much about the wall because I'm going to put a retaining wall in there, so it should not matter. It shouldn't matter too much anyway. Right, I reckon that's okay. So you can see that that has nearly all been smoothed out now. It looks messy, but once I put a coat of paint or something over it, then it should be very nice and smooth. And if bad comes to worse, I can just do another layer. So that is fairly good. Right, now I think I shall, I'll do some grass along the edge here. I think that would look quite good, because at the moment it is very, very patchy. like horrifically patchy. So I'll give that a go and see what I come up with. Alrighty, so I have my grass. I have some glue. And of course, I have a paintbrush for the glue. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I guess I'll start at this section here because, well, that's a nice middle section and it's fairly within view if I move the glue. So I shall find some strips of grass and I shall get back to you. Okay, so this is the section that I want to do first, just this small piece. So because I've already ballasted this, I'm just going to lay down the offcut, and I've got quite a lot of offcuts, so I don't think I should be running out anytime soon, but I may well do. And all I've done is I've cut along there, that should just separate off like that. And that has worked for most of it. So all I need to do now is get the last couple of bits of gravel that are sort of, well, being annoying and getting right in the way. Just cut them out. Of course, do be careful when using a craft knife or a Stanley knife like mine, because they are sharp and they can cut you very easily. This is prime safety here. I am very good at being safe, not. Right, I do actually have a pot of glue up here, which I could use. If it's still liquid, it is. Although I cannot get the lid off, that's fun. Good job, I don't actually need a pipette for it yet. So literally all I'm doing is getting the glue and just painting it along the edge. So we have a nice section which I can glue down, and then that should be that for that section. So just there, put it down like that, and now we wait. Might actually use my clamps or should I say my dad's clamps, just to hold them down while I work on another section. That might be an idea, so put that there like that. Right. This is the time consuming bit, unscrewing the clamp. Right, so that's there. That could actually go that way. And then hold the section in. Hold that in place. That looks good there. Oh, I wasn't actually connected there. Right, we're on there, so that should hold it down. Then this side should just stay in place, hopefully. Yeah. Right, I think we shall move on to this bit here. Okay, this next section I've just cut to shape, or more or less cut to shape. Again, all I'm going to do, brush away any sort of dust or loose ballast. Just get a thing of glue and just go across like that. And it doesn't need loads, just a small covering. And then I'm just going to lay my piece of grass in like that. And then get a bit of glue here, just put that on the underside of the grass, just around the bits that aren't actually on the glue that I put on the baseboard. So again, just make sure the whole of the bottom of the grass is covered, just so it doesn't ridge up and fold and all of that. That looks pretty decent. And of course, after all this base layer stuff has gone on, I can put my scatter stuff on. I can put the blended turf from Woodland Scenics. Right, let's leave that to dry while I do some other bits of grass. Although you've seen a lot of grass this video, so I'll just do them off camera. Alrighty, so I think you'll agree that this new grass over here looks fairly good. I'm going to put some scatter over it, and of course I need to ballast this track because at the moment it's not ballasted. Along the edge, that's starting to look better. On the small bits where I haven't put grass, I'm just going to put some scatter because I don't think it's worth basically putting a tiny little bit of paper, like the grass that you can roll out. I don't think it's worth putting a tiny bit of that on where a lot of it falls off if you cut it too small. So I'm just going to put scatter over that just help blend it in a bit more. Now along the back you may think, what on earth has he done? Like what have I done? Well, here's what I'm thinking. The shape of the bank along the back dramatically changes here. It goes more to a flat line, like that, just flat across. Now what I'm thinking of doing, or what I am doing even, is trying to make a rock face here and then blend it down into where I can have just normal scenery along the back. I've got a load of trees like so, like that, so I can put loads of them along the back and make it look better and make it not look like the trains just go to nowhere. This filler stuff still hasn't dried. As you can tell, it comes off on my hands quite easily, but it's a lot more level compared to what it was. I need to figure out how I'm gonna make the bridge work, because I've got to get stuff under it as well. So that'll be interesting. Yeah. But yeah, I think that is going to be what I'm working on next. So the bridge and the back along here. And then of course I'm going to paint this grey and then put maybe a bit of green on the top, just to make it look like the sort of a continuation of this cutting through here. Because at the moment it looks okay this side. I'm going to put like grey here, make it look a bit more rocky. And then yeah, I'm going to hopefully make that look like it's been a cutting or something. So yeah, this is me experimenting, so let's get on with it. Right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of my offcuts from when I was actually shaping this bank, and I'm just going to stick them on so we get a bit of 3D texture. Now I'm using some glue which I can squeeze out of a tube it's like, it acts as a sealant as well, but I'm not using it for that purpose. It's a fairly well-known brand. So yeah, there we are. And it comes in one of these handy squirty tubes. So literally all that is going to happen is I'm going to lay a piece out there. I'll move that brake van. I'm going to lay a piece there, and then I just cover it, well not cover it, but leave a good bead of this stuff, then just stick a piece on. It's that simple. Of course it holds almost instantly, so there's no need for waiting about. I can just keep putting pieces on like that. I'm going to do the bigger pieces first, because that way it's just better, and you get more of a natural shape to it. trying to find the right size pieces, because quite a lot of the time they look the right size and then they're just not, so I'm trying to find them fairly precisely. The problem is I've got so many offcuts, I don't know what to do with them. So I'm sort of trying to use them but not overuse them. Like I don't want it to be like offcut central in terms of using it for scenery. So again, I'll put another piece there, and I reckon that'll do for another layer. Because I'm not going to put all the layers on at once, because that could end in, well, a lot of stuff that I wanted to put on in the first place, but then I cut off, because I just don't need it. There we are, I'll put that last piece in, like that. And then once I've done that, I can smooth all of those off, make them look a lot better. Like I can put grey paint on them, I can put filler on them, so it's a lot smoother. But I think that's how it's going to work, but I'll get to that in another video. So that is going to be it, so time to do the outro. Oh, well said past me. I didn't realise that was the time. So, I'll put my coffee down. That is going to be it for today's biking train guide video on my model railway layout. If you like what you're seeing on the channel at the moment, please consider liking, subscribing and leaving a comment. Also, have a look at the Discord server because that is growing quickly. So if you want to be on there, do it quick. The next few videos, they're going to be quite interesting. I'm trying to change up the format of my videos a bit, because I did a format a few weeks ago and that's subsequently blown up with over 6,000 views at time of recording. So that is absolutely massive for my channel, and I've gained about 50 subscribers, 60 subscribers. So I wouldn't say we're doing too badly, but that is going to be it for today's video. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. And yeah, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, join the Discord. Follow me on Instagram, Biking Train Guy Official. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Let's roll the outro.